So, is there a retro gaming community? Well, that's the topic of today's video. And if you guys follow my channel, let me tell you that this is gonna be a very different video from the stuff that I usually do. Because, my channel is really about gaming. Mostly retro gaming, but I also cover a couple of modern games as well. I make reviews, I share my memories with classic video games, my video game memories, top 5s, top 10s, I share my collection with you guys. That's really the main focus of my channel, but this topic and this question, is there a retro gaming community? This topic is going on right now within the retro gaming scene on YouTube, and I really felt the need to give my couple of sentences into the topic. Two fellow YouTubers made great videos about this, Brian from Brian's Man Cave and the Atari Creep. I'll leave the link of their videos down below for you guys to check it out and to keep in context. And honestly, they really inspire me for making this video. So yeah, that's the reason about this video today. Now let's start from the beginning, and I guess that if you're watching this video, it's because you watch retro gaming content on YouTube. And there's been a lot of controversy lately, a lot of drama, a lot of, beefs, whatever you want to call it. And I think there's no need to raise any names, you guys know what I'm talking about. And I'm not picking sides here, it is not my fight. And the only side that I pick is mine. And so far, fortunately, I never had any trouble, within the gaming scene or YouTube, retro gaming scene, whatever you want to call it. I'm a very low profile guy. I'm not into drama or anything like that. For me, it's really just about the passion and just about video games. And within every scene or within every community, there's drama. It's normal. And there's good people, there's bad people, there's people with good intentions, there's people, in the gaming or retro gaming scene, for the wrong reasons. But lately, yeah, there's been a lot of, shady stuff going on. Channels that are taking, or not, advantage of their followers, their viewers. There's of course the whole e-bagging situation, which is a term that I hate, I really hate. There's people that, like I said, take advantage of that, but then there's people that are anti-e-bagging, and at the end of the day, they really just promote hate, not all of them. Then there's people that really can't distinguish, harassment from criticism, and, people blocking each other, and people reporting each other's videos, striking them. Then there's people involved that are very silenced about the situation. Then there's people that are not involved, but they want to talk about it. And in the end, I think that everybody should have a voice about it. And of course that everybody has an opinion. And the truth is that if you put your face in front of a camera, like I'm doing it right now, and if you upload it on the internet, you're a target. It doesn't matter what you are talking about, it doesn't matter, your presentation, your content. It doesn't matter if, you're honest, if you're a bad or a good person, people will have an opinion about you. There will always be criticism, and criticism sometimes it's not a bad thing, but you are also going to get hate, you're going to get, harassed, it's just part of the game. And the bigger you get, the bigger your numbers get, it gets worse. So one thing is certain, if you don't have a tough skin, then YouTube, it is just not for you. But let's go back to the retro gaming scene on YouTube. And retro gaming has been on YouTube pretty much since the beginning of the platform. Big channels that have been making content pretty much since the very beginning. Big channels like Cinemassacre, Metal Jesus Rocks, Gamester81, Happy Console Gamer. Those guys were really the first, and they paved the way for what it came next. And me, for example, of course that I was, heavily inspired by those guys. But I started very late on YouTube. I started this channel 3 years ago. And in 3 years I'm very close to 2,500 subscribers, which is amazing to me. But newer channels, 2020, is getting harder and harder, to get into the scene, to get known, to get views about, not just about retro gaming, but about everything. But we're talking about retro gaming. So for example, if I look at my collection, it doesn't matter what game or system that I picked. If I want to make a video about it, a review, or a playthrough, whatever, you already have hundreds and thousands of videos about the same subject. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone, nothing like that, but probably if I have started this channel 10 or 15 years ago, I would probably be, a big channel or a bigger channel. And a lot of channels kind of create this awareness and say that, well, it's not worth it, don't do it, don't waste your time, you're never gonna make it on YouTube, on retro gaming. And I'm not going to be an hypocrite here, we content creators, of course that we want the subscribers, we want the views, otherwise it would be pointless to upload videos. But to a lot of us, success doesn't mean to have, a lot of views or a lot of subscribers or to be famous or to earn money with it. Not gonna lie, it would be awesome to make a living out of this, paying my bills, doing what I love, talking about, my hobbies, my passions, it would be great. But me, for example, I do this because I enjoy it, I enjoy making videos. I love video editing, I love, conversations, and share my knowledge and, again, my passion. Just, talk about this with other people that also like the theme, the subject. Well, for me, that alone answers the question. Of course there is a gaming community out there, a retro gaming community. And like the Atari Creep said on his video, there are communities, within each community. Let's say that, for example, there's the YouTube community, YouTube as a whole. Within YouTube you have, the cooking channels, traveling channels, comedy, music, and of course there's gaming. Now we can start to see, the smaller bubble within the bigger bubble that it is YouTube. The smaller bubble is, the gaming community. Then within the gaming community you have the retro gaming community, or the online gaming community, the console gaming community, the PC gaming community. You even have communities about, gaming genres, JRPGs, or beat 'em ups, fighting games, racing games, you name it. So me, for example, as a YouTuber and as a gamer, I'm part of, hundreds of communities, different communities that are kinda, connected. My channel, for example, my channel is a community. The Atari Creep channel, that's another community. So I'm part of his community, he's a part of mine. I'm also part of the PC game community because I play PC games. I'm part of the, Sony community because I like the PlayStation, or the Nintendo because I have the Nintendo Switch and the NES and the Super Nintendo, or, the Atari community because I also collect Atari 2600 games. There are hundreds, thousands of communities out there. And this whole drama and shady stuff, with a couple of channels, it's part of the game, and it happens within every community, even within your family, your work, your classmates. And also don't forget this, we are talking about entertainment here, communication, YouTube. Drama and gossip sells a lot, and you get a lot of views through that. As a matter of fact, you have hundreds of channels out there just dedicated to that, to gossip and to drama. And like I said, everybody deserves a voice. Everybody deserves to be heard. And you are the one that needs to filter what you want to watch or not. You need to have your own filters, Do I like this guy? Well, I don't like this guy, so why am I going to watch it? Then of course you have justice warriors that like to tell others what they should watch, and who's talking about who, and again, I don't care about that because, drama sells. But for me, it's not about that. And once again, let's go to the main topic of the video. Is there a retro gaming community? Well, let me tell you my small journey from these last 3 years making retro gaming content for YouTube. I have met a lot of amazing content creators, all over the world, thanks to this channel. From the UK, from Japan, North America, everywhere. Here in Portugal, for example, my country is a tiny country. We are a little bit over than 10 million people. And 10 years ago, the gaming scene here in Portugal was very small, actually. We didn't have, big events. Nobody was talking about retro gaming here. Now, 2020, we have amazing events, big events on the topic, on the subject. We have retro gaming stores. We have, local Facebook groups. Because let's not forget, guys, when we are talking about the retro gaming community, it's not just about YouTube. Because yes, you do have the events, you do have the conventions, again, the gaming stores. And thanks to this channel and thanks to the hobby, I've made, great contacts, I became a part of a couple of these events, I attend to panels. That's something that I never thought that I was going to be able to do. That's something that I used to watch on YouTube, and now I'm part of them. I made great deals with fellow collectors. I made trades with friends and fans of the show. Thanks to that, my collection grew, and I also helped fellow collectors to grow their collections. I got the chance to play games that I've never heard of. I got the chance to to see systems in person and play them. Systems that are rare and hard to find, and alone I would never be able to to get access to them. And believe me, if you want to go anywhere in this hobby, if you want to get a collection, if you want to grow your YouTube channel, you are not going to make it alone. You need to be a part of the community. You need to give something to the community in order to get something back. And along the way, there will be a lot of people that don't like you, and you are going to see a lot of bad apples. And you are also not going to like everybody. But again, that's part of the game. That's life. So to sum it up, guys, and I'm not the voice of reason here. I'm just one voice, and in this huge sea of mixed feelings and mixed opinions. I think that yes, there is a retro gaming community out there. Even though it isn't perfect, the community is here, and this is the proof of it. I don't know, when YouTube started, what, 15 years ago, we are still making videos about it. We are still talking about it. We are still sharing, our passions and sharing our collections. And let's not forget that modern gaming will become retro eventually. So retro gaming will never die. And guys, I would really like to know your thoughts on this subject. And again, I raise the question to you. What do you think? Is there a retro gaming community out there? And please speak your mind freely down in the comment section below, guys. What do you think? Is there a retro gaming community out there? Is it pointless to keep talking about this? Are you a part of the community? And what about the drama? Are you into that? Do you like gossip? What do you think about, shady stuff that might be happening within the community? And to my regular viewers, again, guys, I know that this video was different from the stuff that we usually talk about here on the channel, but I really wanted to make this video, so, thanks for watching. And like I always say, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of the gaming community, and most importantly, game a lot.